Greetings, Skyfarers, and welcome to another episode of Sunless Skies, Cobalt, Thorium. And in this episode, I think that we're going to head over towards Magdalene's, get rid of our nightmare there. And then we're going to try to head on up to Albion, get back to the London area, see if we can stop the sun from going out. I don't know how this falls to one lowly transport captain, but, you know, we gotta do our part, right? So it's been a little while since I played this game. Not that I don't enjoy it very much. I think that this game is fantastic. The writing is amazing. A lot of the ideas are just so good. So novel and interesting. I feel like a big part of what's wrong with the gaming industry is that everything is so safe. Everything is so played out. So it's nice that somebody's actually trying to do something a little bit original and new. But, yeah, so we just had, like, the Thanksgiving holiday. So when I record these episodes, I usually record a bunch of them at a time. Usually play the game for a few hours. Then I chop them up into little segments. So we just got over our Thanksgiving holiday. And it was good. But I wasn't at my computer, so I wasn't able to do any gaming, really. I've been spending a little time playing another game called Icarus, too. I'll probably do some streams of that at some point. Unfortunately, that game keeps getting reset because it's in beta. They've been doing these, like, beta weekends. Oof. Bit of a rough turn there. Alright. Let's go to the Keepsake Market. Don't have a lot of terror. How much gold do we have? Oh, right there. 5,561. Yeah, jeez. 60? Is that worth it for another worldly artifact? Probably is. I don't think we have enough terror to really do the while away the time with the other captains thing. 50. Grab the other worldly artifact. Sold! The nurses hand over your new purchase, warning you not to tell anyone where you found it. They add that there will likely be more offers like this very soon. We've lost 60 sovereigns. New total 5501 and one other worldly artifact, which we have a whole bunch of right now. Get rid of these nightmares. Oh geez, this is gonna cost us a moment of inspiration. That's a little scary. Ooh. Okay. The Onieric Chambers. Treat your nightmares. I think we've done this before. But let's just read this anyway. It's been a while. For some cases of sleepless nights, lost in formless terror, the persistent night terrors and elusive dreams, more severe treatments are required. In these somber chambers of red and gold painted glass, the worst failings of the heart are treated. An attendant waits to take your details and your payment. He asks only that you request the name of the person you wish to treat you. Here, you can reduce your nightmares before they get worse. Oh, they get worse? I didn't know that. The more you use these treatments, the more expensive they will become. Maybe that's why it costs a moment of inspiration now. The attendants can only do so much. I'm wondering if we should wait then or something. No, we should just get rid of her. I think the last time we did her renewed majesty. Yes, really. As opposed to your mother. She's present for a given value of the term. I don't understand this. But we did her renewed majesty last time, I believe, so. The nightmares recede. Mother sits behind a screen today. Her head aches, she says, but is dismissive of any intimation. Wait. Yeah, intimation of your concerns on her part. She wants only to hear your concerns. She has her knitting. I thought your engine could use a little color, she says. Hookah smoke emerges and billows from behind the painted screen. Onwards! Might be worth treating our terror. No, it's only 6. Let's get out of here. I don't think there's anything else to do here, right? Let's check. Man, there's so much stuff down at Carillon. It's kind of annoying. I'm not a huge fan of that. Carillon is like kind of boring. All right. Now, there's nothing that looks like it has Magdalene's as a. We never did join the Pan faction, did we? Oh well. Let's get out of here. I'm gonna try to keep the terror low, so we'll go around the terror up there, or the horror up there. Now, I believe we have some business in New Prosper, or Port Prosper. I believe it's business with the aunt. What's that noise? I think that's one of those fungal clusters. Sounds like it's fighting something. So yeah, as I was saying, I really admired the outside-the-box thinking that went into this game. I mean, even the biomes some of them are very original. And, you know, originality is difficult. It has been said, actually, I think it's in the Bible, that there's nothing new under the sun. Well, that's not actually true. It's just that originality is hard. Now, don't hit me. Originality is hard because, you know, you always have to think of something in relation to something else. It's difficult to come up with purely original concepts. It's like, you know, tell me the set of all uninvented inventions, you know? It's like, tell me all the inventions that haven't been made yet. Well, you can't, because how would you know that set, you know? Alright. Ay, ay, ay. Let's talk to the aunt, I guess. Okay, she's taken over one of your nicer chambers, which she has ruthlessly redecorated. There's a preponderance of ugly ornaments balanced precariously on tiny tables. Hideous anti-macassars. Jeez, what the hell? Adorn every available surface. Your aunt occupies a felt armchair in the center of the horror, where she spends her time either knitting or solving truly mind-boggling cryptic crosswords. I thought that she wanted to go here for something. Alright, well... there's usually nothing here, so let's... It looks like that hasn't changed. Windward Company. We'll join the celebrations. That should get rid of our terror. Some of it. We are now beloved and loathed. I was hoping that would take it down even more, but... Okay. I don't think we need to do any of that. Oh, we could offer to transport settlers. How many of these do we have? 46, that's plenty. Where do they want to go? Trader's Wood, okay, that's fine. Let's go to Port Prosper, write a port report, of course. Alright, we have sapling knots. Actually, let's do this one here. Rely on your local credentials to meet your inconvenient aunt's friend. They've requested that we meet at the Admiral Nelson, her aunt says. You'll need to keep the right company to get in. They won't admit just anyone, she says proudly. A link in the chain. You are ushered to a table with an enviable view. Your aunt examines the menu with a critical eye. Ginger snaps, she exclaims. Goodness me. You cannot tell if this is a good thing or not. At last, an older lady joins you. She introduces herself as a countess. This is the last time, she says to your aunt. You're not to contact me again. It's a shame, dearie. But you've done so well for yourself since Newgate, your aunt replies mildly. The St. Dunstan's rendezvous concerned the murder of a son, the countess says, frowning. There were 4 attendants. The chaplain of the new sequence, February, Her Majesty's Privy Councillor, and Her Majesty the Queen. She rises and thrusts what looks like a Christmas card in your aunt's hand before walking away swiftly. Learning about an inconvenient aunt, your aunt has received a Christmas card from a countess. Talk to her aboard your locomotive. Okay, so this is extremely interesting. There's a lot here, and there's a lot of mystery. I feel like we don't really have the framework to interpret this right now, but this whole part here... Newgate, I believe, is a prison. Not to contact me again. Tim Deary. Done so well for yourself since Newgate. So she was in Newgate. She's pissed off at the aunt. Maybe the aunt did something that got her caught. Or maybe even turned her in. Okay. Done so well for yourself since Newgate. The St. Dunstan's rendezvous concerned the murder of his son. What the heck is that? That seems... Is that maybe the title, like the name of his ship? St. Dunstan's rendezvous. And it says frowning. There were 4 attendants. The chaplain of the new sequence. The new sequence, is that what they call... That's not the language of the Suns. I think that's something different. The new sequence. The new sequence. Can I actually look this stuff up? No. Wish there was an encyclopedia here. February. Her Majesty's Privy Councillor. Well, the last two here, I mean, obviously the Countess is very highly connected. I don't know if we can really glean any other information from that. The Bleak Industrialist estate, we can pop in there, but we haven't gone after his daughter, I think we were supposed to save from the Blue Kingdom. Let's go back here. We'll deliver the sapling nuts. Drop them off with the clerks at the loading bay. They'll see it gets to its destination. The clerk with the polished buttons passes you your fee. After all the requisite papers are signed, I've already dispatched a runner to see it delivered. Thank you. You have delivered the sapling nuts. Return to the reserve for more. Actually, now that I think about it, we might have had to deliver some stuff to Winchester that I totally forgot. Alright, let's explore Port Prosper one more time. Go to the Lammas Fair. Five. Oof. That is nice. Alright. Let's move on. To Albion. Actually, no. Let's talk to the aunt. We shall quiz the aunt. What has she gotten involved in? And what's this with the Christmas card? The calendar council. One tick, dearie. Just looking for... Aha! The clink of a glass. Your aunt rises from an open suitcase clutching a dusty bottle of brandy. We've got to get to pawn in Eleutheria. That's where February is. Though she wasn't February when I knew her. She was my opposite number back in... But you want answers. February's on the calendar council. The revolutionary leadership. Oh, this isn't her voice. February's on the calendar council. The revolutionary leadership. The Christmas cards will get us into Winter's reside. Your aunt brandishes the bottle. She has a fondness for brandy. I've been saving this for if I ran into her again. It should get us into her good graces. She'll be able to tell us what went on at St. Dunstan's. Now I'm wishing I didn't take such a long break. A lot of these things, I wonder if I would have remembered. I think that making sure that the sun doesn't go out is more important than doing the aunt's quest. So let's do that. That comes first. We'll present ourselves to customs. Nothing to hide. We're good boys and girls. Sweet. All right. We have so much to do in Albion. Trying to figure the fastest route. Get to London. It's probably just this way. So I think that the goal is going to be to feed a lot of stuff to the ministry here. Do not hit me. Do not hit me. What is this? Take a peek. Oh, crap. No, no, no. Did it hit me? So it seems I heard from a commenter, subscriber actually, that the guests only infect your ship if they shoot you, or maybe if they run into you, or I don't know if it's shoot or run in. Some sort of damage. It does look like we took some sort of damage. I hope we don't have guests. Such a cool city. Now, is this traversable? Looks like it is. It's such a cool city, but it is still really difficult to tell foreground from background. Oh, see? Like that. What the hell? Oh, what is this? An approach from a gloomy middleman. No sooner have you pulled into the sidings than a long-faced man in a battered coat approaches you and your locomotive and asks for a moment of your time. This story was unlocked because you have veils of 40 or more. Interesting. Hear what he has to say. He fiddles with the bent brim of his hat as you approach. His face is as solemn as a basset hound. An offer of work. His voice is nasal, his eyes gray. I will not wish you a good day. If you are a person of intelligence, and the day is manifestly miserable, I myself am newly afflicted with the gout. which has made my mornings a parade of wretchedness. I doubt you have your own misfortunes. No doubt you have your own misfortunes, into which I will not pry. Instead, let us move to the happier subject of business. You have come to my attention for the very reasons you avoid others, your subtlety and your cunning. My employer may have work for you, profitable work but perilous, and profoundly illegal. Should you be interested, seek me at the Admiral Benbow Inn and here in London. With that, he takes his leave, tugging at the thickness of the fog before he dons his crooked hat and vanishes into the crowd. Wit and vinegar, a smuggler's tale. Speak to the gloomy middleman at the Admiral Benbow Inn in London to learn more about smuggling. I don't think we really want to do anything with that. Like I said before, we're good boys and girls. We like the crown. We might not always agree with her esteemed majesty's rules, but we do follow them, whenever possible at least. Alright, there's usually nothing to do here at the Sunken Salon. We don't need a new crew to explore London. Wow, there's a lot to do here. Okay. Let's try to come back later. Help the amiable vagabond plot and escape. The vagabond has managed to procure blueprints at the jail where Ratbite is being held. For the Insistent Surveyor. The Surveyor has become a regular presence at the pubs near St. Dominic Station. I don't recall either of these things. This is obviously the amiable vagabond's story. Okay, let's do the Insistent Surveyor. The Surveyor has become a regular presence at the pubs near St. Dominic Station. She has been looking for a partner in some ill-defined and costly project. Thus far, she has no takers. She has brown skin, and her face sports the beginnings of a frown that never matures, but never quite goes away. She wears a sensible green coat and a sensible green cape. Won't you join me for a drink, Captain? You'd hear her proposal. Perhaps there's an opportunity there, one that others lack the imagination or the ambition to see. Or we can make our excuses. Your time is precious. Let's hear the proposal. A vision. She shows you her table, buys you a drink, and refreshes her own glass of wine. My proposal will not make us rich. In fact, it is likely to make us ruinously expensive. But if we are successful, we will change the skies forever. You press her for details. She is coy. One step at a time, my lady. First, we must conduct a thorough investigation of the ruins at Dusking's Deep, beyond Worlbury Juxtamare. I'm confident in my theory, but until it is tested, all else is speculation. I need passage for myself and my work crew on a locomotive fitted with assaying equipment. If I am right, I'll explain all. We can offer to transport her to Dusking's Deep. You have the necessary equipment and the room on your engine, assuming the Surveyor's team are willing to double up with your own crew. Or we could decline for now. You have other business. You will be able to return and accept her proposal at a later date, but if you so choose. You could recall what your academic associates told you about her. The Surveyor holds a modest scholarship at the university. You have heard about her, or you can press her for more information. You don't like to sign up with endeavors half-formed. You know she keeps secrets. She never goes anywhere without a battered old journal, bitten by Skyfrost. Okay, I do want more information, so let's do that. So how much does this cost me? Just one? That's fine. A sky road. She leans forward and lowers her voice. Old paths cross the sky, worn by the passage of something ancient and vast. By building transit relays at either end of these paths, we can access to them and use them to travel to far corners of the sky. I believe I've located such a road, one that links Albion directly to Eleutheria. I want to build a new relay. Skyfarers wouldn't have to cross the Reach to get from one to the other anymore. Albion would have all the midnight glories of Eleutheria on its doorstep. I like that. I'm definitely interested in that. I don't want to have to go through the Reach every time I want to go to Eleutheria. We're in on this. But I am going to recall... Oh, can we ask her... Can we get even more information? 18. Nope. That should have disappeared. This I would consider to be a bug. If it's not going to give us anything different, why would you deduct it again? That's kind of crappy. Alright, so let's recall what our academic associates told us about her. Her father's daughter. You know that her areas of engineering and you know that her areas are engineering and celestial archaeology. You know that she has been pursuing the same secretive line of research for years, and that her funding is almost depleted. And you know that her father was Professor Singh of the Singh-Jenkins expedition. He constructed the first transit relays, exploring far-flung regions in an attempt to decipher the language of the heavens. The expedition was lost years ago. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and offer. New companions. Her team are loyal and orderly, squeezing into the available cabins without complaint. They bring with them a great deal of equipment for excavation, for construction, and an array of delicate instrumentation of uncertain function. Once aboard, the surveyor beams with excitement. She hurries to a window to watch London as it is left far behind. She has been waiting for this for a long time. The surveyor's expedition. You've taken the surveyor and her work team onto your engine. Alright, let's, I guess the next thing to do would be... There's still so much here. I'm gonna wait until my Veils is higher to do that. %0 chance. Okay, we're not doing that. I should read these anyway. Alright, so we could allow the signalman to curry favor with London's elites. He's expressed interest in doing some work in London for you. You will leave your engine and pick him up at any time. Or we could let the princess set up at the salon. We've seen that before. We could present a boulderized poem to storages. The ebullient decadence work is strong stuff. You'll need to doctor it to get it past the publisher. And it does seem like it'll be quite a bit of work to doctor it sufficiently. We could help the incautious driver hunt for the verdant fragment. The connection to its progenitor should assist. The more places you search, the easier your search will get. Failing here will not harm your quest. Oh, so we could try it and try again later?
It says that the more places you search, but how many places? I might have to talk to her again. Yeah, let's bring that up, actually. Was there a set of, like, a set number of places we were supposed to go? I guess we were supposed to talk to her.
Check in on the driver. Have they recovered from their ordeal in the nature reserve? Final test. The driver picks irritably at their ear. I was meant to be off this train by now. Just go into the well, and everything would be fine. Instead, it's unsatisfied, my lady. It needs an answer to something that I can't give it. There's a piece of itself missing somewhere in Albion. Another of its spores set out many years ago to find the truth. I can feel it out there somewhere, refusing to return. Enjoys its freedom too much. Perhaps we can look at the major ports. They must have found a trace. We have to find it, Captain. Search for evidence of the Verdant fragment in London, Perdurance, Warlbury, Juxmare, Brabazon, in the floating parliament. Well, we're likely to get to all of those places in time anyway, so that sounds fine. Okay. Go back. The vagabond. Oh, so this is help the amiable vagabond plot and escape. Jeez. The vagabond has managed to procure blueprints of the jail where Ratbite is being held. He is excitedly planning a pointlessly intricate scheme to get her out. It involves disguises, distractions, the extremely irresponsible misuse of hours, and 2 separate explosions. Okay, we could just use our connections to quash her trial. Just a few words in the right ears. It's much less risky than the vagabond's ludicrous plan. Or we could pull off a complex, ambitious heist. You sit down with the vagabond and help turn his wild plan into something more feasible. If you succeed, this will improve your friendship with the vagabond. This is a fairly good chance. Seems like this will not improve our friendship with the vagabond. Then again, this is not the greatest chance in the world either. How many of these do we have? 4? That's not great either. So 6 cage catches. Plenty of hours. How many do we need? Just 1? It's an almost 2/3 chance. I mean, knowing my luck in this game, it'll fail, but... I wish there was some way we could temporarily raise this even more. Screw it. Oh, it worked! An audacious affair. Your heist proceeds without a hitch. By its end, there's a smoking hole in the side of the jail, from which inmates scatter. Most of the guards are still attempting to exit the command post, slowed by a tide of hours. And your cage catch, now uncaged, is rampaging in a manner likely to keep the rest of the guards thoroughly occupied. You and the vagabond remove your disguises and burst into Ratbite's cell, dragging her from the smoke and into the chaos. The vagabond is racked with laughter as you return to the engine with Ratbite stumbling between you. Talk to Ratbite via conversation with the vagabond. The vagabond's obligation. Speak to the vagabond. Together, you will ask Ratbite about her old partner in crime, Quivers. Vagabond's respect for you has grown. A skylark named Ratbite has boarded your engine. You've lost 1 sky story, 1 barrel of hours, and 1 caged catch. Well, that worked out pretty well. Alright, so it seems like we have to visit some more places before we do this. We really need some better veils? Yeah, it says right there, veils. To do that. Attending a meeting with the gloomy middleman, conducts business to the smoky corner of the Admiral Benbow Inn, down in the smoggy lower levels of the city. We'll probably do that just to see what goes on with that. Maybe we can turn in the gloomy middleman. That'd be amazing. Or I could wander the streets. Probably do that. And we'll probably grab a... We do have some immaculate souls. A day in London. Today the crowds are thronging for the shops in New Regent Street. Black and gold, the Emperor's own colors, are very much in fashion. Golden gowns and hats gleam in the slow, syrupy light of the distant Clockwork Sun. Right, let's do this. Look for the Baroness of Hell. The repentant devil does not know her current address, but he is certain it will be someplace formerly grand. What used to be the Brass Embassy. You try the remains of the palace. You try a few townhouses that have fallen on hard times. Then the repentant devil cackles to himself and says, I know where she will be. Hard to believe I did not think of it first. He leads you unerringly through the streets. It seems he lived here for a time, not long ago. This was once the embassy of the devils in London. It is now a ruin, though still overly hot. You can see only a few limbs of the Baroness at a time. Most of her extends up the staircase and out of sight. The downstairs portions are plated, iridescent on black. Something like a widow's ball gown, if it were made entirely of beetle. The Baroness' children are sightless larvae, chewing old paperwork. Okay, so these are the devils like insectoid? I could observe the meeting. Someone sent an assassin after me. The repentant devil addresses the Baroness downstairs eyes and her downstairs mouth. The plates of the Baroness' exoskeleton spasm. The rhythm is the rhythm of laughter. But Wait. But the sound is the rustling of leaves. When she speaks, it is the same desiccated quality. If I had the energy to kill you, I would have done it long ago. No, my old friend, your problems come from very much another direction. They visited me, looking for you. She turns her notice to you. It must be irritating serving such a master. He becomes intolerable when he is bored. I could correct her about who is master, or I could let it go. So it is your locomotive, he's on your crew. Let it go. She might not appreciate the nuances. I'm gonna let it go. She studies your silence for a few moments. When you don't move or speak, she seems satisfied. Learning about the repentant devil, visit the Baroness of Hell with the repentant devil. Ask about the person who came for him. What was their intent? I said there was no point in trying to make him anywhere he... Wait. I said that there was no point in trying to take him anywhere he doesn't want to go. The Baroness remarks. Oops, that was the Baroness. Whoops. Extending one limb towards the repentant devil. But she seems likely to keep trying. So I killed her and kept her effects. She produces a bundle of things. Clothes, a mean little dagger, and some paperwork. The bundle has been chewed by the Baroness' children. The paper still looks legible. With that, you are ready to leave. What will you speak of as you depart the embassy? You dwell on his revolutionary tendencies. Once, he was an ardent Republican. Or could dwell on his ambitions. Of course, he could never have been happy to live with the Baroness forever. I have no idea what to do here. No idea whatsoever. He seems so disconnected. So this is likely to upset her. I think. From what I gather here, like, the female devils are like giant insects, and I guess he was like with her. Maybe I'm getting this completely wrong. At the same time, I mean, we're not revolutionaries, so it seems weird to do this. Dwell on his revolutionary tendencies. Actually, let's do that. He speaks of his last fight with the Baroness. She did not wish him to leave or to join the Republican faction. The fight was lengthy and violent. He still has scars. Why do you think he has had to grow his sideburns out? Learning about the repentant devil, you visited the Baroness of Hell with the repentant devil. We have 2,000 experience. The repentant devil has become more angry at the judgments. Who are the judgments are... Oh my goodness. There's so much to keep track of here.
Alright, let's go to the gloomy middleman. Smuggling. The middleman is nursing the same glass of beer he began the evening with.
Ah, my lady. To claim it is a good evening would be duplicitous, but it is at least an evening, and here you are in it.
He waits until you sit.
My employer can open a profitable door for you.
There are goods that Her Majesty's government did not want to see bought or sold.
Prohibition begets scarcity. Scarcity begets profit. One example of this contraband is red honey, gathered by the midnight rose at Titania. Sorry. Unfortunately, supplies have dried up. Prove your value. Find out why. Fix the problem. Wit and Vinegar, a smuggler's tale. Visit the Midnight Rose at Titania to learn why their deliveries of red honey slowed.
That's worth doing, as long as I'm not actually smuggling. Alright, so we don't want to do that because we're still doing his quest. We don't want to do this because we're still doing her quest. This, our chances are too low. This, we have to find more. We have to go to more locations. So I think that that's it. But I think that we're probably going to wrap up this episode here. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this. And if you have, please like, maybe comment, maybe share, maybe subscribe. New episodes every day at 2 p.m. Eastern, U.S. and Canada. And I hope to catch you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.